inspiration. Build progress. Build your body. Build your life. Bodybuilding.com.
I build my body for me, and it's always been about improving my health and to improve my quality of life. I was overweight, I was asthmatic, and I really struggled fitting in at school. Fitness became something for me that allowed me to break through that barrier and become more confident. A bodybuilder to me is somebody who builds their body to not only improve their physical appearance, to build more muscle, but it's definitely to improve the quality of their life. And what comes with that is confidence. And so building my body has become more than just about how I look in the mirror. It's become far more over the years of looking inwards and understanding how it's benefiting my life, that it's become something that I can continue for years to come. It always comes back to, am I happy with what I've achieved within myself, the effort that I've put in? And if I can say yes, then I've won regardless of what I've done. The fitness lifestyle, the bodybuilding lifestyle, whatever you want to call it, to me, it's become easier because it's not a chore. It's not something I have to do. It's not something I wake up and I think about doing it. It just happens because of the years of repetition, of waking up and doing the things that make me feel good. And it's totally worth it. Like, it's not even a question because the reward is there. Build dedication, build direction. Build your body, build your life. Bodybuilding.com.
It felt
What's up, friends? Cassie and Andy here at Bodybuilding.com, and today we're going to talk about the snatch.
Yes, we are, and I know nothing about how to do this exercise at all, and I'm frankly a little scared. My shoulder mobility is quite bad.
Swap positions because the mic's on that.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Do you guys hear Andy better? Andy, can you tell them a little about yourself?
Andy Swanson, I'm an NGA pro, physique athlete. I've been training now, seriously, for like 4 or 5 years. Obviously worked at Bodybuilding.com for the last 6 years, and that's kind of what got me started. So just excited today to show you guys my technique here that is brand new to this movement. So
I don't know if you guys were around a couple weeks ago, but Andy tried to teach me how to pose, and I just giggled the whole time.
Yeah.
Now it's reversed.
It's reversed.
I get to teach Andy something that he doesn't know how to do, which should be really, really fun.
I thought these were walking sticks.
Yeah,
first.
he thought we were going to go for a hike with the PVC pipes. So I'm Cassie. I have a couple certifications in USA weightlifting. So Andy's in good hands. I do know what I'm talking about. I'm also a competitive CrossFitter.
Good.
Before we get started, we have some things we have to talk to you about. One, our 250K challenge is going on right now.
It is.
What is that, Andy?
Oh man, so this is the big one. This is the big challenge. Beginning of the year, you want to make those changes as your New Year's resolution, or hopefully it's just a lifestyle change. But it is now week 1, so registration is over.
Yes. I know it got delayed. You can still sign up.
Oh, it got extended.
It got extended.
So you still have time. Sign up now.
Bodybuilding.com/250K.
Perfect. Week 1, I believe, is do a post about what motivates you.
Yes.
Whether
What
that's
is
a
your
person.
why?
What is your why?
Yeah.
So, have you signed up?
I have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have
I
you?
have too.
Good.
I'm
We're
excited.
ready.
I feel like I'm in a good starting place. Like I haven't done a show for about a year, so it's about time for me to kind of kick it in gear for the summer. A lot of people do that, so it's a good time to kind of get that summer bod, spring bod going. So
It's a good time. The dad
dad
bod.
Change the dad bod to a better bod.
We also have our signature line, our new private label line, which is awesome and delicious. 25% off right now.
Oh yeah.
So go check it out.
Woo. So I manage regulatory compliance. So we're the ones that kind of help vet out the regulatory aspect of the products. It's our signature. Transparency is key. I know
Full
there's been
label transparency,
Exactly.
folks. It's pretty rad.
There's been a lot of questions about that, so we're definitely working through answering all of that type of stuff for you guys. So it's a great line.
Yeah.
I've been taking the pre-workout. Took it right before this.
It's
so.
good. The pre-workout is, and it's way good. I like it. Got a little tingly if you guys like that. What else do we have happening? All Access. Don't forget to sign up for All Access for your plans, for your 250K challenge plan. You get an extra chance to win 10 grand if you use a All Access subscription.
Boom, extra money.
Extra bones.
Flash sales.
Flash sale going on today.
It's Muscle Tech 35%.
Muscle Tech, 35% off. Check it out.
Boom.
Okay, are you guys ready to snatch? Let's talk about this movement here for a second. In general, most of us probably don't need to do this. We're gonna have Andy, first thing he's gonna do, he's just gonna grip and rip it, because I wanna see how he's starting, and then we're going to go from there. If you guys have questions about the snatch, about the clean and jerk, about Olympic lifting in general, about bodybuilding, about nutrition, about staying motivated, anything fitness related, Andy and I can talk to you about that while we're going through this snatch session here. And we also want to know what other stuff you guys would like to see from Andy and I as we get going on our lives. So let us know. And make sure you give Andy a lot of love, because this is not going to be easy for him. And I plan on giggling
today. I'm not feeling like that. Let's keep my shoulders intact. Everything.
Fail video. I plan on laughing, but also giving him lots of high fives.
Good.
Let's go one. Okay.
Lefty high five.
So before we start, I want Andy to just go. I want to see what's happening here.
Okay.
This is 65 pounds.
Well, I know at least wide grip. So bad.
So Andy, he knows wide grip, and he knows to put it over his head. Boom. Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't die.
No, I didn't.
There was no death. Okay.
What's that one called?
That was a snatch. That was a power snatch.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sure there'll be questions. Today we're gonna Andy's just gonna do the hang power snatch, because I know his overhead squat position is
High bar.
difficult for you to be in a squat with the bar over your head.
Oh yeah, exactly.
It's hard for him.
My
So
mobility sucks. You can just say that.
his mobility is less than pristine, which is fine.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do the hang power snatch. Here's the thing. Hang means he's gonna snatch from right above his knee. Power means when he comes up, his hips are not gonna go below his knees. Does that make sense? So that's a hang power snatch. Same thing you can do with a clean, hang power clean. Full snatch and full clean is when your butt is basically all the way touching the ground. Questions on that? No. Okay, we're gonna move forward. I'm gonna get this bar out of the way, because we don't need this. We're gonna use PVC pipes. Now,
How would this benefit me, do you think, as a bodybuilder?
as a bodybuilder, so this is another question I get, is like, what day should I do my snatches on, back day or leg day? The snatch is not a particular builder for a particular body part. The snatch is a sport lift, if that makes sense. It's like if you're a power lifter, you squat to squat as much weight as possible. Same thing with a snatch. The point is to get the bar from the ground over your head with as much weight as possible on it. It will benefit you, it will improve your athleticism, it will improve your body awareness, it will improve your, really overall musculature. For a snatch, there's really no muscle that you're not hitting. But it's not gonna, unless you do it a lot, it's not gonna make you huge.
I play it off like I don't like compound lifts, but I implement them
But he likes
in
them.
my bodybuilding routines.
Just not necessarily the
Snatch
snatch.
is something that I don't necessarily really do ever. I
Right.
think in college I might have done it a few times for track. It's a very popular Olympic lift, track athletes, power, explosion, that type of a thing. But other than that, this is pretty new to me. So
Okay, question.
This could be a troll question, but
I love troll
it could be
questions.
serious as well. Question for Cassie. When it comes to hip explosion in the snatch, what is a way to build up that specific skill?
That's a really good question. Let's talk about that, because this is Andy's #1 problem.
Oof.
So when we talk about the snatch, so I want you to put your feet a little bit closer together. Yeah, there you go. Snatch, the bar, you need to hold it right at your waistband about. Does that feel good?
Yeah.
I also want everyone to practice their hook grip. Looks like this, where you grab your thumb on the inside of the bar. Yeah, it hurts. You're gonna grip the bar a lot better. It's gonna be actually a lot better for you. Oh, sorry. Hook grip, you're gonna hold your thumb on the inside of the bar. Okay? The thing about the Olympic lifts in general is that people think the power or like the bar movement comes from pulling with your arms. That's actually not true. The movement upward from the bar comes from hip extension, like you're saying, AKA squeezing your butt as hard as possible. So what Andy's, yeah, do you guys see that? Look at that, do that again. I like that.
Oh man.
Ready? Yeah. Okay, beautiful. So what Andy's gonna do to start this is just push his hips back a little bit, a little more. And then he's gonna drop the bar down, nope. So I'll show you first.
Show me.
Ready, this will be easier. Bend your knees, butt back, bar down, okay? Bar down just to about halfway down your leg. Does that make sense?
Perfect.
Okay? Next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna bring the bar up slowly, and then when you get to the top, you're gonna get on your toes, and you're gonna squeeze your butt as hard as you can. Okay? Here, 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 here.
So you're open-toed.
Open-toed,
Slightly.
yep. Everything athletic is a slide open toe. So what Andy's doing, I don't know if you guys can see that, is he's kind of he's going here instead of bending forward. Yeah, better. And so, another thing we gotta remember, in weightlifting, that's okay, what makes the barbell go fast, what makes you able to actually snatch is that you do not have any horizontal displacement. And what that means is the bar does not come away from your body. The bar stays nice and close to your body the whole time. And really, if you watch videos of really good Olympic lifters, the bar, if I put my PVC pipe here, Andy is not gonna hit my bar when he pulls up.
Wow, I just hit that bar.
Good, remember squeeze your butt. Ah, better.
From Facebook, Jordan says, "Holy cow! I thought I was flexible, but I couldn't get the bar directly over my head. It's a little forward."
Yes, so, good, that looks better.
Okay.
So the thing that to answer in a long way about your question about generating your hip, it's not necessarily a skill, it's practice. So like if you are kind of doing Olympic lifting and you don't do it very often, being able to move your hips explosively is just not gonna happen. There's no real lift that can help you learn how to explosively move your hips vertically. What that's just gonna take is you doing this over and over. Now, another thing that I see people do when I say explosively move your hips vertically is they hump forward. What happens when you hump the bar forward? Yeah. See how that bar goes outside your body? That's called horizontal displacement. That means the bar is gonna travel way away from your body before it comes up, which is slow, makes your timing way off.
Mechanical disadvantage.
Mechanical disadvantage.
There you go.
There you go.
Science.
Science. Okay, so step 2 for Andy's hang power snatch drill. He's gonna get back to having the bar there. Yep, good. And then I want you to do like you did, except you're gonna come here with your arms.
Okay.
Pull traps. Yeah, good. Try to keep that as close to your body as possible. Awesome.
Ashley on Facebook wants to know if you're going to take him through the progressions like they teach in the courses.
Yes, that's what we're doing. We're gonna, so
Is she maybe
Andy
talking
has,
off of the ground progression?
from the ground, Andy has no business pulling from the ground or putting the bar all the way over his head in a squat position. There's just no reason for him to do that at this point. If you're learning the Olympic lifts, I will say over and over again, until you can figure out your hip extension and until you feel comfortable with the bar over your head while you're standing, there's no reason to squat with it. And until you understand the second pull, there's no reason for you to do the first pull. First pull in the Olympic lifting is from the ground to your knees, essentially. Does that make sense? So we are doing progressions. This progression is helping Andy start with the most basic, but B, the most complex part of the movement, and it's often the most difficult, is this hip extension and keeping the bar close to your body. And actually knowing how your body's supposed to feel with a barbell in your hands or a PVC pipe. Okay?
Cool.
Next thing I want you to do, so we're here, we're gonna violently explode up with our hips here, and then I want you to bring the bar up over your head. Okay? Good. And one more time. Good. Good. Okay. Another thing I want Andy to work on is bringing your feet together a little bit. Your feet need to move when you are doing the snatch and clean and jerk. So I want Andy to put his feet a little bit closer together so that when he comes up and shrugs, he jumps out when he catches the bar. Does that make sense? So he's gonna go from here to here. Good. Again. Good. Good. Okay. Question?
From YouTube, Cassie, can you use these progressions to learn how to clean just with a narrow grip?
Absolutely. The pull, if you can snatch, you can clean. And the pull and the snatch is basically the same. It's a different pull, obviously, but you're still doing the same thing with your hips. You're still teaching them how to go from here to up. Use that, yeah, clean. We can show you guys a clean grip if you want to. Same thing, thumbs just outside, and then do the exact same drill. So remember, you gotta bend your hips back a little bit. You're good. There we go. And just move those hips. Just do this part.
Just this part?
Just the hip part, yep. Good. Yes, do exactly what I'm showing you to do, but we do it with the clean. It's very light.
Another question. Can you explain if there is a breathing pattern when you're doing your pulls?
Oh, sorry.
Oh my gosh. Danger.
I think for me personally, I pretty much hold my breath until I'm at the bottom of the snatch position. So for me, it's tight, tight. Breathe out on the top. That movement, the clean and the snatch, should be so quick that you shouldn't even be thinking about what's going on with your breathing. You're really gonna have to hold it because you have to keep tension here the whole time. So it should always be contracted here. If that makes sense. Good question.
Cool.
Another question from Twitch. Could keeping the bar so close to your body be bad for your shoulders, similar to an upright row?
No, because you're not pulling with your shoulders. Does that make sense? The bar is close to your body because you're controlling, you're pulling with here. Yeah, your back is the thing that's doing all the work, and your hamstrings and your glutes. The bar is moving up, not because you're pulling it, the bar is moving up because it's weightless, because you're using your hips to move the bar. And when we give Andy an actual barbell and have him do this, he'll feel the weightlessness. Right now with a PVC pipe, it's really hard to feel, but if you come here to here, this bar, it's powerful and it's moving without having to use your shoulders at all. So no, it's not bad for your shoulders.
From YouTube, is the idea to put weight over your head or to put your head under the weight, during the movement?
Good question.
Two different variations there, right?
No.
A muscle?
So there's like a muscle snatch, but we're not going to do that. Really the point is to pull yourself under the barbell. So you are pulling, and then you're pulling, if that makes sense. You're pulling yourself, because the bar is weightless, right? It's here, you shouldn't feel it, and then you're pulling yourself down, if that makes sense. So the point is to get your body as like under the barbell as quickly as possible. Caveat, that doesn't mean that you can cut your pull, your hip extension upward short. And I see that a lot. People will be here and they'll want to get under the bar so fast that they don't come all the way up. They go like that. Do you see the difference what I do there? Using your arms a lot more. So like, oh, I want to be fast, so I'll just do that. That is making it way harder on yourself. You have to pull with your arms instead of letting your hips and your legs do the work. Okay, let's try this a couple more times fully. I want you to make sure you're jumping. So I want you to put your, good.
Wow.
So your issue here, so can you turn to the side and let them do another one of those so they can watch you? Good, okay. So I don't know if you guys noticed this, but Andy's sort of doing this action. Learning how to do this and keeping the bar, your back engaged, the bar on, not necessarily on your legs, but as close to it as possible. Keeping it here and pulling without doing this first is actually a really difficult skill, and a lot of people have this issue. So Andy, I want you to work on starting here. Straight up.
To the hips.
And then also, as you're pulling up, try not to come back through with your knees. So remember, butt back. Not here, butt back. Okay. Turn around so they can see you from the side. Better. Remember to jump your feet, start them a little closer together. Yep. Better. Jump your feet. Better. Okay. So there's a lot that you have to remember. Snatching is the most difficult movement in the history of movements ever.
Sure.
Easily.
I'll go with it.
Bar goes from the ground to over your head in one fell swoop. Most people don't know how it even happens. I also want Andy to work on being more powerful. Now, this is another hard thing to remember, and this might not be the type of athlete Andy is, and that's fine. Power athletes, any kind of athlete struggle with this. Remember, this is a fast movement, so you gotta be here, quickly and fast, okay? Powerful. Power. I see pride. I see power. What movie? What movie? Yeah, better. Jump your feet. Yeah. Good. Okay.
So we have a question on YouTube from feet distance, like distance apart.
Okay. Distance apart. Where should your feet be? In the snatch, they're going to start hip width apart, just about. So, yeah, we'll go here. When they jump, now, some coaches will tell you that a good way to do this, to learn, and that's fine for learning, is to jump really high. Because usually when people jump high, that actually makes them extend their hips. So if you're struggling to extend your hips, jump. I prefer to teach that you're jumping out quickly instead of jumping up high. Does that make sense? So you're going to go from about hip width to a little outside, to a squat position. Does that make sense? So you wouldn't squat with your feet narrow. You're going to squat with your feet just outside your hips. So that's where you should land. Hips, squat. Make sense?
Sure.
Okay. Before Andy works on that, we're going to talk about his overhead position.
Boom.
Boom. Can you put that bar over your head? How does that feel? So what Andy needs to do is practice rotating. Yeah. Does that feel better? Not any better? And back. So well, I see a lot of people, when they have the bar over their head, they're a little bit forward, nothing's really engaged. You want to push up. And you don't necessarily, that doesn't mean you need to shrug. That means you engage your lats and you push up on the barbell, that you're active, okay? If you are not active, if you come under and you're weak, you're gonna get freaking destroyed by the barbell. You're gonna lose it forward, you're gonna lose it backward, or you're just gonna it's gonna collapse on you, okay? Strong.
How about elbow rotation?
Yeah.
Internal versus external?
I mean, it really depends on, I mean, I think you don't wanna be out here. You're not rolling your arms forward, because you can dump the barbell forward.
Sure.
Keep everything, and I would think armpits up rather than elbows, if that makes sense. So move your armpits up, and that'll help engage your back, which is what you want in the overhead position. Okay, another really good drill you can do. Andy, would you turn to the side and do that good overhead position? Andy's gonna squat best he can. Okay, so can you sit down there for a second?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So do you see how there's space? I can get my hand underneath his foot. The bar came really far forward instead of being back. Okay, you're good, stand up. That's a mobility thing, and that's why we're not gonna do a full snatch, because he's just not ready. Question?
So we actually had a question about that. Mobility drills to help get in that deep squat position.
You can do, again, mobility drills all day. There are a billion on the internet. Any T-spine stuff, a good one is, if you can even do this. And then switch hands.
I do that all the time. On a wall.
On a wall.
My chair at work.
That's perfect.
All the time.
You can mobilize all day. That's going to help you. What's going to help you most is putting your body in this position over and over and over and over and over until it is no longer as uncomfortable. So that's weightlifting hurts your body. It hurts bad to weightlift. It's uncomfortable. And it just doesn't get any easier. You just do more heavy weight, which is even more uncomfortable. So your job, if you are serious about doing this, is doing your overhead squats, is practicing.
Do you say split it up, do overhead squats by themselves first?
Yeah.
Get that form down and
Yep.
then move on to this?
And then, yeah. So do your overhead squats and do your hang power. And that will help you do both. And you can practice working in that full snatch if you want to. But again, if you're just failing it over and over and over because your mobility is so limiting, then don't do it. Just wait. Let your body come into it as best as it can. Okay. Any other questions on this subject? Because I'm going to oh, okay.
Are we meant to be on our toes at one point during the snatch like Andy? His knees look like they're going over his toes a little bit. I don't know if that
Okay,
Knee to toe
so
position.
yes. You will come onto your toes for sure in the snatch. You are coming from here, and remember, as you are doing that hip extension, you're going to come up because you're going to actually jump, right? You're going to move from here to here. Good job, Andy. So yes, I don't know. There is some weird, for some reason, because in slow-mo weightlifting videos, people think that when they're doing the snatch, they come here and then they come back through to pull the bar up. That's not how you do the snatch. You stay in one great, awesome line. And it looks, in slow motion, it looks like people are coming back through during the scoop. It's technically not what's happening. So don't push your knees back through, if that was your question about your knees coming back over your toe. And that was the thing I was talking about Andy doing this. You don't want to do that. You want to come here.
I can feel myself
To
with
here.
my knees over my toe.
Perfect.
So that, yeah.
Question.
Is it normal to feel shoulder pain when you perform the overhead squat?
Normal. Yes and no. Yes, it's normal when it's a position that you are not used to doing, that you might be uncomfortable doing.
Yeah, I wouldn't call that pain necessarily.
If it's an injury thing, again, I would just get it checked out. Like maybe If it's a serious shoulder injury, like don't go overhead. If it is a uncomfortable thing because you're immobile, then yeah, some pain's probably really normal. How
Sure.
did yours hurt?
I wouldn't call it pain. It's more of a discomfort from just not doing the movement and not
Yeah.
having that mobility in my shoulders. So
Uncomfortable.
know your body, know the difference between pain and discomfort
Yes.
from exercise.
And being uncomfortable, it's a good thing about exercise in general to remember. You have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Like Andy does things, a lot of reps of things on a single muscle that probably makes you feel like vomiting.
Sure.
Happens to me all the
Sometimes.
time. What day did
I
like?
strive for that most lifts. Then I know it's a good lift. So.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Question from Facebook. Do you brace your core when you perform the snatch similar to a deadlift?
Do you brace your core? Yes, similar to a deadlift, absolutely. Any movement, any compound movement, really any
Yeah.
movement in general, your core needs to
Tighten
be
that
braced.
core. Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't wear a belt necessarily with a snatch because the bar can get caught on it.
I can see that.
Yeah. I wear a belt with a clean and jerk, but not with a snatch. And you definitely don't need to be wearing a belt if you're learning how to snatch. But yes, absolutely. That's where that breath comes in. That's what I was talking about, holding my breath really from here all the way and letting it out as I'm coming up. Okay, we're gonna give Andy an actual barbell, which should be fun. We'll take the weights off though.
Yeah, take those weights off.
Another thing to think about with the equipment that's in your gym, if you want to do this, there aren't always barbells that are equipped to help you perform these in the best possible way. And by that I mean that this part doesn't spin. This part, this isn't too bad actually. So if this doesn't spin, don't use that bar for a snatch, if that makes sense. Because the weight needs to, as the bar is coming up and you transfer over, it has to spin so that you can rotate your body from pulling it up to pulling it down, if that makes sense. So if that doesn't happen, the weight's just gonna get stuck in that position and it won't help you get under the bar. Got it? I know that's weird. Okay, Andy, let's do the same drill, but we're gonna add some weight. So Andy's gonna grab the bar and he's gonna put it, we'll pick it up, we'll see here. So it's gonna be right on his waistband. I would go a little bit wider with your grip, yeah. Yeah, generally these rings are a good spot. Sometimes I measure mine like a thumb from the rings, but this actually looks pretty good on you. Okay, good. Feet a little bit closer together. We're gonna do that same drill. Just go down in the hang, his hips are gonna come back. He's gonna,
That's
good.
different.
Does that feel better?
Actually, a little.
It should
yeah.
feel better, yeah. So remember, he's gonna jump out with his feet and be really powerful. Good, that was better.
That was super
You're
wide.
still doing a little bit of this
Okay.
instead of down this way. Turn on your hamstrings as you're going. You need to
Turn
feel
on-
your
on
hamstrings.
switch.
Good, Andy, that was better. Can you turn to the side so they can watch you?
Sure.
Butt back. Good. I still want you to come back more with your butt, less with your knees. So like a slight bend in your knee, very slight, and then just bend. Yeah. You feel that? Yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay, do you guys see what we did there? You can put that down. We're just gonna talk about your hips for a second. For some reason, doing this is really difficult for most people. Everybody wants to be here in a squat position. That's not what we're doing with the snatch. Snatch is full hamstring and butt. If you want to grow your hamstrings, do these, like do hang snatches, do hang cleans. Question?
Do you have any good stretches to improve hip joint flexibility?
Couch stretch is a great one for hip stretching. Pigeon pose. Yoga classes are great. Again, that's one of those things that it's just going to be doing the movement. Are we getting so many troll comments?
Cassie Cassie. This is from YouTube.
Okay.
Cassie, you want to go on a date with me?
So I'm married, bro. Sorry.
I'm a small dude, so I feel safe.
Wait, dude, what?
Did you guys hear that? Cassie, will you go on a date with me? I'm a small dude, so I'd feel safe.
There you go. That's awesome.
That's fantastic.
That is awesome.
I'm married, but thank you. I'm flattered that you would want to go out with me to a place where you would feel unsafe. I don't think I would be very helpful in a knife fight. I'm kind of a wuss.
How
I can
small
run.
are we talking? Like,
I know,
we
like,
talking like 5 foot?
like small how?
What places do you get scared? The movies?
What places do you
Dinner?
get scared?
Yeah.
Like, what scary places are you going? Okay,
like
so
that.
let's pick this bar back up. And again, we're gonna work on his hip positioning. And I know this is kind of boring to watch, I totally get it. But if you're practicing this at home, you need to, feet together, yep. Slight bend in your knee, very slight. Stand up. Knee first, butt back. Yeah. See, do you guys see this? Do you see how he's nice and turned on? So I want you to push the bar, turn your lats on too. Press the bar back into your body. Good. His hamstrings are on. His lats are like, I can feel them. They're engaged right now. This is a very, very powerful position. That makes sense. There's a lot of kinetic energy that's right here that's ready for him to move that barbell up as he explodes upwards. Ready, go.
Oh, wow.
Again. Good, that was better. One more. So your little, I want you every time to just go knee and then hip. Knee, hip. Yeah. Good. We good? Keep going.
I got some Facebook.
Facebook.
Sammy asks, I'm having a hard time keeping my posterior chain engaged when setting up. How do I stay engaged the whole time and feel more balanced and powerful?
In a power clean, keeping your posterior chain engaged.
It's for the snatch.
Oh, for the snatch. It doesn't matter, either one. I imagine that's because you're more squatty than you are hip hinge. Does that make sense when I'm saying that? So there's in a deadlift, you don't squat a deadlift, right? Deadlift is a hip hinge.
Yeah.
You're going
as a bodybuilder,
here.
I think of it more of as a bent over row.
Bent over row, yeah, exactly. Do you feel the difference?
Yeah.
Okay, so you want your butt back
Rather than sitting on
rather
it,
than sitting
you're
here.
hinging.
Yes. So that might be part of your issue is your setup is probably just a little off. So I would do what I was having Andy do, down a little bit with your knees and then bring your butt back. And then another thing I want you to think about, and Andy was kind of guilty of this, butt back does not mean arched. Okay? Butt back.
It's like hip, yeah,
Yeah.
hip
So
rotation.
you're still gonna pull, it's really just bending over, except you're turning stuff on. That makes sense. Okay? So that's what I would focus on. I would also focus on your weight really in a snatch is not all the way on your heels, it's not on your toes, it's like somewhere in the middle. Here, it's really hard to be super forward or super back if you're in this position. It needs to be, your whole foot needs to be on the ground, okay? And then you're gonna rock forward on your toes. Okay, let's try that again. And I want you to be more explosive. Feet closer, yep. Go ahead. Butt back, good. 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 Okay, another great, question.
Do you think it's possible to switch from bodybuilding training to CrossFit training? Is it difficult?
Yeah, you can do, that's what I did.
You can implement CrossFit training in your bodybuilding routine.
Sure.
You can do a hybrid.
You can do a hybrid. Honestly, I think bodybuilding helped me be a good CrossFitter because I knew what each muscle was supposed to do. I understood when a coach told me to engage my lats, I knew what that meant. A lot of people walk in, non-bodybuilder, non-athletes at all, and you walk in and you tell them to turn your glutes on or turn your lats on, and they have no idea what that means.
And I will say lifts like this are great for your metabolism and burning fat. Compound lifts.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
you're using more muscles involved, and so you're gonna be sparking that metabolism.
Right.
What's a bodybuilder want? He wants to burn body fat and get to a lower body
Get lean.
fat percentage for his shows, whatever it is. By adding these type of lifts into your routine, you can get your heart rate up, and you can achieve that better.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you're sweating.
Oh yeah, I am. And it's no weight.
It's 45 pounds.
From Facebook, will this exercise also be good to strengthen my lower back?
Absolutely.
I feel it in my lower back
Yeah.
right now.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah. That's I would say doing these lifts had made my erectors like way bigger than they were before, just from having to pull. And you're not pulling just here. You're not just pulling up here. It's like using your entire back to come.
Good to know. From a physique standpoint, erectors are very important. And I mean, people have lost shows because they don't have their erectors as big as other guys' erectors.
Yep.
And so
I think really that's the best one.
don't
Pulling
neglect
this
your lower
way.
back.
Don't. Yeah.
This
will
great
do
way.
it.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's even better than a deadlift because it's. I know. Sorry. Whoa. Sorry, power lifters. It's just more. It's more dynamic in a way. It's kind of more fun, and you get more of your body involved. Okay. What I'm going to have Andy do now is he's going to do that same thing, but I want Andy to go practice going 1, 2, and then he's going to go. Okay?
Cool.
On your third pull.
Can you do this without the pinch grip?
You can, but you shouldn't. And I know your thumb hurts, but you're going to have to. Okay.
Why shouldn't someone?
Hook grip it's just easier to lose the bar out of your grip. And like the one thing you don't want to ever have to worry about in a snatch is your freaking grip. Yeah, good job. And if you bring it over your head, I want you to really think about pulling the bar, throwing it back over your head. Because right now the bar is landing like right here.
it is. I
I
feel
want
that.
to be back. Yep. Make sure you squeeze your butt.
The anticipation.
That was better. Good.
You speak about neck position.
Neck position? No. So you don't want to look up in the ceiling. I don't know what football coach in what century taught all their athletes
squats.
to look up. I don't know where that came from. It's idiotic. Please don't do that. But
Compromise your spine. Now.
in weightlifting, you'll see people like this and look forward. Don't look down. You can look down in a deadlift and a squat, in a snatch or clean and jerk. You're gonna look up the whole time. Okay? I guess if the question is also like, what do you do with your head? Most of the time, your head will come forward as you're here, because you want the bar to be back and stable in your arms, and that usually means that it looks like my head's coming forward, but what's actually happening is my shoulders are coming back, which is sort of
Similar
forcing
to
my
the
head.
push press 2 weeks
Similar,
ago.
exactly.
Through something like
Yeah,
that.
you want the bar to be coming through. If that's what you meant by neck position. So not like this, forward, and then make sure that your head is in front of your arms on the end position.
Cool.
Okay.
Can we see you do a pro style one?
You want me to do a pro snatch?
Yeah.
Sure.
At least show them at home the right way, since I'm a noob to this.
Okay. So, you guys see me okay? I'm here. I'm coming down. Up. Down. Up. Down.
Boom. So you
Oh, I
really
did a
got-
full snatch.
Oh.
Sorry. Let me do a power.
So you're getting way under it.
I'm getting way
Compared to
under
where
it.
I'm going.
Yeah. So Andy, you're doing more muscle snatch, I think, than an actual power
sure.
snatch.
So my
Remember
muscle
that the bar, So to do, when the bar is full of weight, there's no way you're going to be able to pull the bar from the ground to here, right? Maybe to here. It's definitely not going to come up here. You're going to have to learn how to get under the bar with it here, right? That's why falling under it is important. Andy's doing this, which is fine for now. Andy's doing,
Yeah. That is.
that's totally fine. So do you notice that my hip extension is really tall? That I'm aggressive, way aggressive, like
Attacking that bar.
attacking. So again, aggressive, be careful that you're not humping the bar. You don't need to hump anything. You need to be aggressively, you can, in your free time.
No humping.
Don't hump the barbell when you're snatching.
Sorry.
Here to here as aggressively as I can and fast. Like snatch is a fast movement. I don't know how else to say that. You need to get comfortable with being powerful and explosive and quick. We'll do one more. Any other questions from you guys?
For CrossFit, is it necessary to train first with basic compound?
For CrossFit, is it necessary to train first with basic? Come on through. With basic compound movements? I think everyone, no matter what, should train with basic compound movements. But you could walk into a CrossFit gym like fresh without having done them, and you'll get taught how to do them.
Yeah, yeah. For even no CrossFit,
Right.
still do basic
Yes.
compound movements.
Everyone do
It's
basic
essential
compound
to
movements.
any kind of lifting.
Curls.
How can I choose a good CrossFit gym?
How can what? Sorry.
How can I choose a good
How can you choose a good CrossFit gym? Go to them, try out the classes. Talk to the coach, talk to the owner, talk to the people that work out there.
What would you consider a bad CrossFit gym or bad practices at a CrossFit
If
gym?
there is no on-ramp, if you're brand new off the street and you're like, hey, I'm interested in CrossFit, and they throw you into a class, they might do that if you're just trying it out, but if you're actually interested in starting CrossFit and they don't put you through an on-ramp program to teach you the lifts, teach you the basics, don't go to that gym. If you go there and they make you feel uncomfortable in any sort of way, if people like aren't nice, don't go there. If you have never done a movement before and they just throw you into a workout without giving you any scale, don't go there. Your job is to keep yourself safe as an athlete, and your job is to make sure that you're safe but also being challenged, and that can be a difficult kind of fuzzy place to be. If they're not hitting that place, don't go there.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. And that's
Good.
any coach, that's
Good.
any personal trainer, that's anywhere.
Yeah.
If you don't feel good, if you leave, feeling sore is good, feeling tired is good, feeling injured every time, like debilitated every time, probably not the right call.
Good answer.
Thank you. Nothing.
Nothing.
More dates? Nah. More dates.
Andy, they want to see you flex your arms.
Flex my
Go,
arms.
Andy. Flex away.
What do you want?
Oh, look, he had to do that.
Yeah.
He had to do this too.
There you go.
He's like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, can't
Something
just
that's not
flex.
snatching.
Throw a little something into it, you know?
Okay.
Ask them what they want to see you next time.
What do you guys want to see from us next time? We could do more Olympic stuff. We can do more bodybuilding workouts. We can do more posing if you want.
We could do challenges.
We could do challenges.
I wouldn't want to verse you in this exercise per se, but maybe we can find a middle ground
Yeah.
between bodybuilding
Like
and CrossFit.
burpees.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I do a lot of hits, so I've done a few burpees
One
in my
rep
day.
maxes
trust me.
would be fun.
Yeah.
Done a lot of burpees in my day.
Yeah.
Let us-
Competition is good.
Yeah, let us know what you guys want to know from us.
Okay, go over.
And don't forget 250K. Use that hashtag 250K.
We are employee challengers here, so we will be doing it alongside you guys.
Yep.
Yeah, it just started. You still have time to register until the 21st, I believe. So go ahead, keep registering. Week 1 has
And you're not-
started, so get your posts in on what inspires you. And that can be a person. Just tell us your why. So, yeah, 250K.
And don't forget, 250K means $250K dollars. So you, as an individual, could win $100,000.
Yes.
Two top winners.
Yes.
And then there's other categories after that. But like $100,000 in your pocket if you just kill it in this challenge.
And extra 10K if you sign up for All Access. Check out All Access. So many plans for
So
you
many
guys.
plans.
Your favorite athletes, your favorite style of training, it's going to be in the All Access platform for you. Flash sale, Muscle Tech, check it out.
35% off. And also
Signature
Signature.
Brand new.
Brand new.
Check it out.
It's delicious.
Is it still on sale?
It is.
So,
25% off.
25% off. Who knows how long that's going to be? So
Probably
get it
not
now.
long. Get it now.
Not long.
Give it a shot. Try it out.
Yes.
Leave a review. Let us know what we could be doing better.
Yes.
Always let us know what we can be doing better, what we can be providing you. Content, supplements, whatever you want, we are here to serve you. So let us know.
Motivation.
Motivation. Yeah. Community. What do you guys want?
And snatch technique.
And snatch technique.
Bad snatch technique.
It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
Okay, thank you. You're kind.
Clean and jerk
Clean and
technique.
jerk.
You could
Oh
do
my
that.
gosh.
That's actually easier.
I do like cleans. I enjoy cleans. That would be more in my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
for
That's
sure.
most athletes are comfortable with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. If you guys have any last minute questions, let us know. Otherwise, we are going to sign off. And thanks for hanging out with us.
It was fun.
So fun.
Later.